A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, week one. A short kick taken at the 18. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see.
Entering settings screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Menu narration option is set to off.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, week one. This will make it into the end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Cook, the ball carrier.
Dalvin Cook's best game of 2019 came against these Packers. It was in week 2 early in the season, but he had 154 yards and a touchdown on the ground, though his Vikings actually wound up falling 21-16 at Lambeau. On 2nd and 7, Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Cousins. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
A 51-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Markel Lee just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
2nd down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Keeps himself upright. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing in too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. 65 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They go play action. Cousins. He will find the rookie from LSU. That's Justin Jefferson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, the evidence is once again presented why he was such a top target at LSU. And Justin Jefferson carrying that over to the NFL. He's what a lot of people call a natural pass catcher. What I love about him, his ability to play the ball in the air, and at the moment of truth, go up and take it from a defensive back. This guy is smooth.
First down, here's the run with Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. On 2nd down, Cook. Cook able to escape. And they're well past
across midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Cook will fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On play action, Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Vikings 3.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Off the play fake, Cousins. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They just do get the play off. Now Cousins. He's got Smith here. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Play fake. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Throwing is Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kenny Clark. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Bailey's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
2nd down.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Complete.
A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
And a Packer 1st down.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
It's 2nd down.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. This complete to Jones.
Rodgers.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
A pickup of 15.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers.
3rd down.
It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year. And they've got an opportunity here, first and goal. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis there to make the grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I'm going to push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Cousins now. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
10 at the 39-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Cousins. And it's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A give. This is Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
Play action now. Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The play fake. He'll look to throw. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I think the reason this play's so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
From the red zone now, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
3 at the 11-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw, Cousins. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
A 38-yard attempt.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll bring him back within 4. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, but was 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers now on first down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards the pickup there.
Good catch by Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and that's something that his teammates needed to see and something he needed for himself. They call him MVS, and they want him to become an MVP type of a receiver. Speed to burn. He can stretch the field. They just need him to be as dependable catching the ball as we saw there throughout the season.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Green
You don't
Bay.
always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First down, Packers.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 36. The give is to Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to go deep for fun. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
Alan Lazard, 49 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Packers 20, Vikings 9.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Vikings now to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 40.
On second down now. It's Cook, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
That's good.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They go play action. Cousins. Incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They run again on first down. Cook. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
On the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And fires one incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now a give running right, it's Cook. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
A gain of 3.
So out comes the field goal team once more. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt.
52-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead back down to one score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. And that's exactly what they got done.
Well, he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers add on to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Third and long for Cousins. He finds his man Johnson. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Fourth down, Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year. And they've got an opportunity here, 1st and goal. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And goal.
Rodgers throwing here to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, but now it's 3rd and goal.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 8 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
The score, Packers 33, Vikings 12.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. That'll be complete to Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
To Dalvin Cook.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins, complete. Jefferson the target. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Kenny Clark in on the stop.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd down, Cousins. This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Dalvin Cook, incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 20.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rodgers looking to throw. He shakes him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Today's final score, Packers.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for Green Bay, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.